time for patch 5.55 in this. You know, if I can run in a correct line. Really? The question is, or the quest is question marked right off the bat? Okay. I'm gonna assume that dialogue here hasn't changed, but I'll check anyway. Yeah, it looks like this hasn't changed any. Okay then. Double check my volume real quick. That should be good. Alice can tell you are itching to take the fight to the Telophroi. That's a bit of an understatement. Ah, now Thor, you're looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you came hoping for tidings from Kryle, I'm afraid we're still waiting, but we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance has the situation well in hand, thanks in no small part to Hoary Boulder and the others. Meanwhile, talks with the Beast Tribes are going even better than expected. Encouraged by Uldah's progress with the Amalja, Gridania has opened negotiations with the Ixal, believe it or not. All of which is obviously very encouraging, but with the Telophroi still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. True. I mean, the towers are a problem for sure, and we still don't know who's working with Fandaniel and Xenos, if anyone. Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. Ah, we were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Telophroi, in concert with our new allies. The Beast Tribes have also been invited. It is hoped that they will join us in the fight against our common foe. You know, I'm still not over the fact that the Alliance just keeps meeting in these big rooms that are really easy targets. Like, I'll be really surprised if nothing bad happens. Nothing bad happened really at the last one, but in Heaven's Word and Stormblood, usually these meetings go poorly. So, the Alliance would bring all of the Beast Tribes into the fold at a single stroke. An ambitious plan, given the delicacy of the negotiations, but mayhap an expedient one considering the threat we face. Yeah? Indeed, my lady. And for their part, I am told the Beast Tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions, too, are present, all of Eorzea will be represented. Why are you looking to me? To arrange such a meeting must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically, but practically. Pray inform the Alliance that we would be honored to participate. We shall make for Alamigo without delay. Then I will bear your answer thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace. You know, they still won't let us up into the Royal Menagerie after Lunar Bahamut made it go boom. I still want to be able to go back up there. Well, now that we've accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? I move that you and Ishtola lead our contingent. Given how long you have worked to end summoning, it is only right that you be present for what promises to be a historic moment. need to get into the habit of saying Yashtola. That's technically correct as Yashtola, not Yishtola. I think we've all played our part in that little endeavor. Don't you now, Thor? I mean, yes. Begrudgingly, yes. All present may rightly claim a seat. I do quite agree. But by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defensive efforts. Wow, not a single, thine or thy or thou or thou'st, Urianger? I'm surprised. I'm not coming either. Amaric will be there, and I'd rather not be interrogated. Very well then. While those with a mind to hold the fort get on with holding it, I suggest the rest of us make our way for Alamigo, shall we? What say you, Tataru? Don't forget to bring me something nice from Alamigo. How about you, Estinian? Don't worry, I have no plans to return to roaming in your absence. I know you'd only chase me if I did. I mean, maybe, yeah. I shall take this opportunity to gain a better understanding of Sir Estinian. Being Ellison of like age, 'tis possible we have interests in common. I really doubt that, Urianger. Mayhap I will begin by lending him a favorite treatise or two from my collection. Urianger, you're adorable. Let's see, to Alamigo, I assume. Yes. Not Ralrar's reach. Come on. There we go. I can navigate, I swear. Nothing's changed with the tower, right? Okay, yeah, it still looks the same. For anyone who doesn't know, the Thavnair zone preview, the tower there looks different from the ones we have in Eorzea. Ooh, who to talk to first? How about you, Raha? Ha, I suppose I am. And the fact that our cure for tempering made it possible only heightens my anticipation. Well, clearly that's not the first person to talk to. Yeah, Alizé first. Honestly, the look on your face, eager to bear witness to another historic moment by any chance? She's got him pegged. Let's see. Even with the swift intervention of the immortal flames, all too many lost their lives at Pagalthon. Still closer cooperation between our peoples would be required if we are to thwart the plans of the Telafroi. I think it's more complicated than that, Alfie. Like the city-states, every beast tribe has its factions, each with their own agenda, making peace a complex proposition. But if the Alliance can come to an understanding with their leaders, it will be for them to resolve internal politics. The Amalja cannot be the only tribe to have been targeted by the Telafroi, and none of them will have taken kindly to having their people enslaved, nor their gods turned against them. I feel like that's a little bit of an understatement. Let's see. That's a lot of people. We have been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in? Yes! Please be voiced. Man, I haven't seen some of these characters in a long time.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Man, y'all couldn't get the tribes some chairs? Or cushions?
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would! Ah! Beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay. Freed our people must be!
Rivers of blood, huh?
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
See, this is why I like humor lip.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
Y'Stola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
Well, there's one of the missing trailer lines.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
Because you have the warrior of fetch on your side.
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome.
I don't know about that, Amaric. Uh-oh. Maybe not uh-oh?
I beg your pardon?
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus.
Okay. I thought it might be that, but also, like, square things.
A little tricky without deals, perhaps. Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
We kobolds have not forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future as allies united in purpose.
Make mock of the Ixal the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets! Pits brother against brother! Free them from his grasp, we shall!
Man, this Ixali chieftain is making me really wish I could roll my R's.
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise me!
taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more Porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern.
I mean, I don't agree with that, but go on.
But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Yes, but the towers don't necessarily work the same way. Maybe if they have conduits that are drawing ether from somewhere, those can be disabled, but still, it seems a little simplistic.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
And I mean, the fact that there's tribes people embedded inside the towers, like, if push came to shove, they can probably literally just suck the ether out of all of those people to summon a primal. It doesn't have to be crystals as far as we know, after all. It's a type of creation magic.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
I still can't unhear Raubon's voice from the Amalja war chief, but that's fine. Like, the Amalja are my favorite tribe, and Raubon is probably my favorite alliance leader. Maybe second to Merlwyb, I'm not sure.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea. What say you, my friend?
Don't put this on me. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a mood. But this makes sense at least. I guess. Maybe.
But that's the name I...
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
It feels kind of awkward having he in here since he's technically not part of Eorzea. Like, he's an ally, but still.
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, Oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
I mean, I guess. Now Ian being there feels extremely, extremely awkward because he didn't even really say anything. Let's see. It's a pity it took the threat of annihilation for everyone to cast their grievances aside, but better late than never, I suppose. Forgive me for observing, but Alphino seems less jubilant. Might his thoughts still be occupied by the fate of poor Arnvald? I mean, probably. The Grand Company of Eorzea. I wonder what Real and the other former Crystal Braves will make of it. We have won over the leaders. Now the leaders must win over their own people. No small task, I grant you, but we have come a long way since first we joined with Minfilia to bring an end to summoning. A long, long way. Well, now that we are out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you will forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed of this day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores, and that I was as heartened as anyone to see the peoples of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was the conflict to come, of the sacrifices that would be made and the lives lost, inevitabilities that I still struggle to accept. But at least now there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step, the first of many. Many and more. Kanesina. Elder Seedseer, how might we be of service? I seek out Master Alphino's assistance in a matter involving Gridania's neighbors, the Sylphs. I know that you and yours have long kept a weather eye upon the crystal trade, the better to predict the coming of primals, and so you will be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ash Crown Consortium. Through their dealings, they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. Were we not going to call them Beast Tribes anymore because calling them Beast Tribes was considered like a way to separate them from the rest of the spoken races? Just so, it is our hope that we may make use of the Sylph's established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet there remain certain practical differences between a trade consortium and a grand company. If the Sylphs are to perform their task effectively, they will require the counsel of one versed in the operational aspects of an armed force. Can we go talk to Ramu? I'd like to go talk to Ramu, please, if we're going to focus on Gridania. An armed force founded with the self-same goal in mind, no less. The Crystal Braves, yes. Forgive me, Master Alphino. I know that it was a painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. In my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception, one intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But my plans all came to naught. Built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals, the Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests, and I have no wish to see this new endeavor suffer the same fate. Mayhap I ask too much of you. Not at all. You may count upon my assistance, for what little it is worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations drawing on the lessons I learned from the failures of the Crystal Braves. Stop being self-deprecating. I may not like you, but that doesn't mean you can be self-deprecating. You have my gratitude, Master Alphino, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share it directly with the sylphs. With your guidance and the earnest efforts of every goodly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt but that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of the Telafroi and flourish. Until next we meet, my friends. Before committing to anything... let me try that again. Before committing anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former braves, you understand. Might you join me in seeking them out? Do I have to? I want to go read books with Orianger instead. I mean, I can absolutely... Yes, I can think of an excuse not to. I can. As if you have to ask. I mean, let's be honest. Well, I shall be grateful of your help, grudging or not. I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades, it will be a lot quicker if we share the task of questioning them. Then mayhap Graha can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of the day's events. We should be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. I have thoughts. Goodness me. Alphino. It will not be easy to revisit the past, but sometimes one must look back to see the way forward. Yes, reasons I want more stuff about Amarot, since we have the final days coming up. I take it we will soon be paying the Sylphs a visit? How fascinating it will be to speak with them in person. Though I gather the conversation can prove rather challenging. Kind of. Sort of. So, what's the plan, brother mine? Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I proposed is largely written. Not long after that fateful day in Ul'dah, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history, from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. This I did primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might be later referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone, its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer what seems to me to be the crucial question, namely, why, after the Crystal Braves disbanded, did some members choose to remain with us while others did not? I mean, that's just kind of par for the course for any kind of organization, but okay. I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind our new Grand Company together, and that this knowledge might help us to prevent it from falling apart when those bonds are inevitably tested. That is my hope, yes. But the questions I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandoned the cause would welcome my inquiries. Then Graha and I will just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who kept the faith. A fine suggestion. Have care, however. Certain of my former comrades are... of questionable character. Oh, I get it. Yeah. That's odd phrasing when spoken aloud. Have care, however. Certain of my former comrades are of questionable character. So keep your wits about you, and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. If you have no objections, I've a mind to begin by speaking with Riol and Aliane. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Castrum Oriens. Let us seek them out there. Castrum Oriens? That's... yeah, I thought so. I'm actually going to go check something first. I want to see if I can actually talk to Thancred and Y'shtola, Estinian, and Urianger, and Mordona, if they have any additional dialogue. Because usually these kind of things do update between quests. So I'm curious if they have anything of importance to say. Though I'm not seeing two particular people unless they're in Dawn's Respite. Okay, your dialogue hasn't changed. Or hasn't changed. Check in here. Aha! They are here. I take it from Alphino's absence that he is still carrying out his inquiries. Though I am sure he is capable of compiling the necessary information by himself, he would benefit from your assistance and, more importantly, moral support. This truce with the beast tribes should mean we have far fewer primal summonings to worry about. Well, the traditional sort, that is. Probably. Maybe. Possibly. I guess while I'm thinking at it, I'll see if the shoe bill has moved yet. Because yes, I absolutely expect the shoe bill to get moved again. Where did I... Whoops. I misclicked. There we go. Yep, still there. Which... there. Turn off G-Shade for a second. Easier to see that way. Okay, Castermorians. Let's go. Where's Alfie? Alfie, Riol, and Aliane. Okay. While such briefings are seldom exciting affairs, their importance in coordinating our efforts with our allies cannot be overstated. In that regard, Aliane and Riol have been most dependable. Oh, I didn't expect to see you here, Nalthor. But if you enjoy intelligence briefings, you've come to the right place. Well, look who it is, and what brings you two here. Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a manner of speaking, I have been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. Well, at least I don't have to read the explanation out all over again. So you want to know why we decided to stick with the Scions, eh? Ain't an easy thing to put into words, that. It's times like this I wish I could do accents. As I once explained to Nalthor, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert you to the traitors in our midst. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I do not think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hoped to redeem myself, and I will continue to serve the cause for as long as I am able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we were finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves, and in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you if you had turned us away, but when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but try to repay it? Nothing, that's what. As for me own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions have something in common with me old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. That was our creed, and I still strive to live by it to this day. But as time's gone on, I've learned that strength comes in many shapes and sizes. From Hoary Boulder to Mistress Tataru, we've all of us got something to offer. And not one of us is doing it for personal gain. Because we believe there's more important things than that, things worth protecting, which is what being a Scion's all about. I am at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means a lot more than you know. Forgive me. Nalthor, could you? Give us your thoughts on the Crystal Braves. Or, why do you think the Crystal Braves ended in failure? I'll be blunt. Why do you think the Crystal Braves ended in failure? Well, it's found in ideals were something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with the good intentions, there was another who was only in it for the coin, the glory, or both. Ours was quite a disparate band, and while I will never forgive Ilberd, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it for all the wrong reasons, eh? Only takes one bad apple, they say, and the Braves had a barrel full of them. Not like the Scions. We might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down, we've all got that shared sense of purpose. And why? Because Tataru sifted out all the glory hunters before they made it through the door. I see. So while our ranks comprise a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in purpose. Thank you, my friends. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. We need more real. I like real. What say you, real? After the company of heroes went their separate ways, I did try working on me own for a bit. And I'll admit, it was nice being able to pick me own battles. But if you want to make a real difference, you need to find a good crew and stick with them. I'm surprised I'm done with the first quest already. Speaking of former Crystal Braves, I have not seen Ergamus of late, constantly away on missions as he is. I wonder how he fares. Hello, Lunar Whale. On official business, Alphino is keen to hear what Alice and Grahatia have learned from the Braves who turned their back on the cause. And before they've joined the Chalafaroi! I'm kidding, mostly. I wouldn't be surprised if some of them did, though. Willingly or otherwise. Well, I think we have taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I am conscious that less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way to Gridania and hear what the others have learned. Yes, let's. Bam, 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 bam. Gridania. Which part of Gridania? I'm assuming the city. Oh, interesting. Over by that guild. Okay. Where is that noise coming from? Okay. I think that's the Lancers Guild up there if I might be wrong though. Nope, I'm right. Yay. I haven't been over here in ages. On the way here, I took the opportunity to write up my notes from our conversation with Alien and Riol. That all that remains is to add Alice and Graha's findings, whatever they may be. When Alice sets her mind on something, there is no stopping her, and her mind was truly set on finding former Braves. For a while, I even feared what she might do to them, but in the event, she was admirably civil, for the most part. Yeah, Raha, Alice's scary. Thanks to Tataru's ever-dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former Braves without any great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Alphino, some of their comments were harsh. That means a lot coming from you, Alize. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Oh, do you? Thank you. I will set about adding your findings to my own at once. In the meantime, pray go on ahead to Little Solace and seek out Elder Frixio. I will join you anon. Aw, but I wanted to see the harsh opinions. Leave me to attend my report and join the others in Little Solace. I shan't keep you waiting long. I know how playful the sylphs can be. Man, it's been so long since I've been in Gridania, I don't remember where that is. Okay. It's so weird being in Eorzea again for MSQ. Weird in a good way. There, now I can actually see, and so can you. Sometimes my G-shade settings make it a wee bit dark. Now that I think about it, of the four of us, only you and Alphino have any real experience in conversing with sylphs. Still, it can't be that hard, can it? Though I had the honor of sharing a table with Elder Frixio in Alamigo, I did not have an opportunity to speak with him. I do hope my studies have granted me a sufficient grasp of his pupil's customs. Ah, welcome, Brave One and friends of Brave One. How good it is to see walking ones again so soon after the meeting. It's been a while since we last spoke. Should this one perform the customary dance of greeting? No, be at ease. It is true that these ones once delighted in making walking ones dance, but no more. Horned One Kane Senna said that walking ones would be coming to Little Solace. Imperial ones also invaded Sylphlands and abducted many of these ones, so these ones will be glad to bear messages between fighting friendly ones. That is heartening to hear, Elder. It will require all ones to work in unison to stop the Delafroy. These ones will try very hard, of course, but in matters of war, these ones have little experience. Any advice walking ones can provide would be most welcome. Oh? Another pretty silver-haired one? And in quite a hurry, it seems. Alice, you must come quickly. Whatever's the matter, Alphino? Don't tell me. You couldn't read my handwriting. What? No! A twin adder officer accosted me as I was about to set out. Charlian has sent an envoy who is due to arrive in Gridania at any moment. Oh, is it going to be for Chanel? Please be for Chanel. Because that would be hilarious. An envoy? Could it be that Kryl has managed to sway the forum? We shall know soon enough, but there is more. The envoy has requested that the two of us attend the audience with the Elder Seed Seer. Whew. Really? I can see why they might want scions to be present, but us specifically? Wait, it isn't who I think it is. Yeah, buddy! It is. I could scarce believe it myself, but when I inquired as to the envoy's identity, I was told that it was one Fortunal Levier. This makes me so happy, Elf Daddy. Your father? Well now, the fact that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be surprising enough, but him? Quite. I glean from this that they are taking the matter seriously. Or he's about to ask you guys to come back so that they can put you in the Doomsday Bunker to be safe. That may be, but why him and not one of the other 98 Forum members? Unless he volunteered for it. It has been some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Could it be that he is concerned for your well-being? Perhaps, but he has always been reluctant to discuss his work with us. Indeed, and whenever we write to our parents, it is invariably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet with him after so long, even if it is secondary to his true purpose here. Elder Frixio, loath though I am to cut our visit short, we must return to Gridania. Pray accept my apologies, along with my report. Never mind, there will be time to talk later. This one won't keep walking ones from more urgent matters. Go! The audience will be held at the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seed Seer awaits even now. Let us be on our way. For Chanel. Cute. Alright, let's turn G-Shade back on. Here we go. Lotus Stand, that's over at the Conjurer's Guild, right? Well, the Aethernet Shard anyway. Ethernet Shard. Welcome, Order of Light. The Elder Seed Seer and your friends are waiting within. Please be voiced. After all this time away, it will be good to see my father, even if it is at an official meeting. 99 may seem like a rather lot of members, but before the Forum was founded, every person of age in Charlian was given equal say in its governance. That would be a problem. Many of the institutions that are still active today were established by the people's vote, not least the Studium. As Alice and I were constantly reminded during our time there, it is an example of what can be achieved through absolute democracy. During my time in Charlian, I heard much of Fortunal Levier. He is a gifted speaker, known amongst other things for the uncompromising application of foreign policy. My friends, I thank you all for coming so swiftly. Word of Master Forchanal's visit took us quite by surprise. When the Alliance granted Mistress Kryl permission to request Charlian's aid, we did not anticipate so prompt a reply, much less that it would be delivered by a member of the Forum. Yeah, no kidding. What the nature of that reply may be, we shall soon discover. Oh no,
Elder
he's hot.
Seeds here. I thank you for granting me this audience.
Oh boy, he's got a growly voice. Oh no.
I am Fortuno Levea, here in my capacity as representative of the Forum.
It is I who should thank you, Master Fortuno, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Ameliance will be glad to hear that you are taking care of yourselves.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course, but is otherwise a picture of health. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisois, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the Primals. Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene.
Indeed you did. Which, I mean, a lot of people consider Fortunal to be like a bad father because he opposed both his father's desire to go help Eorzea, but also his children's desire to help Eorzea. But on the flip side, even though he disagreed, he still let them go. He didn't try to, like, stop them. And he didn't send assassins after them either. Unlike in the Astro quest line where, you know, assassins get sent after the characters there. So, like, all in all, he's not bad for a Charlene. And I don't say that just because he's hot.
And my position remains unchanged.
Yeah, that's no surprise there, considering I've seen the trailer.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Charlian stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life, who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request. Charlian will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald, one in which Charlian will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
Ooh-wee, that's some arrogance.
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider.
Graha's catching on what Fortunal is implying, though.
You may feel safe on your little island across the waves, but if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Charlian. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline. But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure? For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war. Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice?
Okay, those lines alone make me think Vana is involved with Sharlayan for sure.
It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war, you forsake all you once held dear.
He's so photogenic. Oh boy, better to fight and fail than wait for the axe to fall. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. It is in your power to save us, refuse and condemn us all. No. To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it is indolence. We'll go with that.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike him, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alphino, Alize, as of this moment, you shall no longer bear the name of Leveilleur.
Oh, wow. Oh.
What?
Father.
How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
What? What?
Master Fourcheneau, while Sharlayan may have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Sharlayan's hopes for the morrow?
I have said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
So he talks big game, but he looks rather disappointed.
Father, wait!
Don't bother, Alize.
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
Oh boy. I was not expecting them to get disowned. Okay. It was not so very long ago that we had a friend and neighbor in Sharlayan, and so I clung to the hope that she might yet lead Let me try that again. It was not so very long ago that we had a friend and neighbor in Sharlayan, and so I clung to the hope that she might yet lend us her strength. But when she forsook Dravania, it would seem she forsook us all. Yep. In order to avoid conflict with Garlemald, the Forum went so far as to order the abandonment of an entire city-state. Their refusal to aid us now is, I am sorry to say, entirely consistent with their historic position. Is it we who walk the path of ruin? Time will tell. I mean, the entire planet is walking the path of ruin, Alfie. So this is the end of this quest. So that's what he came here to say? That we're all fools for having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telophoroi? And as for the rest... Like it or not, this was the Forum's decision, to watch from afar while Eorzea burns. Father was but a messenger, and as he handed down their judgment, I could think of nothing to say that could possibly sway him. I still can't. To have prolonged the discussion would have changed little, for it is not only Master Fortunal who must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. Their decision was made ere your father crossed the sea. Nor is it like to be changed, and so we shall face the Telophoroi without their aid. Forgive me, but if they had no intention of helping us, then why would they go to the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Why did they not simply keep their counsel as they are wont to do? Now, Thor, has Master Fortunal arrived yet? Hi, Kryle! Then it is as I feared. My efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many Forum members as I could, but they flatly refused to discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I should rather say that they ignored every word I said on the subject, without exception. It was almost unnerving. I see! Could it be that they are hiding something from us? That might go some way to explain Master Fortunal's performance. When he said that they would know if the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed it as pride. But what if they genuinely believe that they know how the world will end and simply disagree with us about the circumstances? That I don't know, but something tells me they are not as unconcerned about the Telophoroi as they claim. If the threat weren't real, why else would they be so standoffish and secretive? I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared any better with my other mission, researching Hydaelyn and the Ethereal Sea. I tried enlisting the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us. Obstructed at every turn. So it would seem, but don't lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintances we have between us, we can still find a way forward. To that end, I would like you all to join me here, when the time is right, of course. I am aware that matters in Eorzea stand on a knife edge, but with your permission, I can at least start making the necessary arrangements. The right time being 6.0. I've always wanted to visit Sharlayan. Please do, while there are one or two things to take care of here first. Please do. Excellent. Obviously, keeping the Telophoroi at bay must take precedence, but with luck you'll be able to make the journey to Sharlayan ere long. It may take a while to secure entry for you, but I'll let you know when everything is in order. Look after yourselves in the meantime, won't you? Your speculations give me cause to hope, yet if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it is possible the Sharlayans hide some secret truth from us, there can be no certainty that its exposure will prompt in them a change of heart. And so, for the present, we must needs confront the plight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our request for aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with the Telophoroi. Even with all of Eorzea standing united, there is no guarantee that we will prevail. What does Sharlayan intend to do if we fail or fall? I couldn't tell if that was an I or an L. We'll go with Zephyr. Do. With their knowledge, Sharlayan could have done so much for the cause. They could have helped us to uncover the secrets of the towers and save the tempered captives within, and yet... Gods! Throughout my childhood, I remember grandfather arguing with my father over Charlene's policy of non-intervention, and this time it was my turn to play the role. But even if my grandfather could not win him over... But if even my grandfather could not win him over, what chance had I? If words exist that may sway him, I know not what they are. The forum includes representatives from all of Charlene's central institutions. With them hindering Kryle's investigation, she will struggle to make any headway on her own. Death unto dawn! Yay! They added the shush emote! Oh, I was so hoping they would do that. Oh, that makes me so happy. Oh, I'm gonna take so many screenshots using that emote. Connie Cinna seems determined not to let the disappointment of Charlene's rejection distract her from the task at hand. That makes me so happy. While Charlene's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. There is much and more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask that the Scions... Yeah, was expecting that. Grave tidings, walking ones. Grave tidings. Calm yourself, my gentle friend. What has occurred? These ones who went to see feathered ones send terrible news. Destroying ones have appeared in Zelphatal. Really, in Zelphatal? Destroying ones and captured ones, and even frightful godly ones. Feathered ones didn't stand a chance and were sent flapping and squawking. I don't know why that amuses me so much. When did this happen? Is it too late to help them? Probably. Too late, yes, much too late. But luckily, destroying ones were only passing through and continued on west. Feathered ones who did not fight were left unharmed. West, that would be Korthus. My lady, the Ishgardians report that the Telofroi have emerged from the eastern highlands of Korthus and are marching at speed. Though their purpose has yet to be I cannot words. Though their purpose has yet to be determined, the Cartno Flats would seem their most likely destination. Lord Aymeric has already dispatched his forces and requests our immediate support. Cartno, yay! Tell him he shall have it. The time has come for the Grand Company of Eorzea to prove its worth. Well, mayhap it is a mercy that we do not have time to stew upon our misfortunes. Come, my friend, let us make haste to Cartno. I love Cartno. I wish it was like a proper zone that I could explore. Wait! This one almost forgot! Destroying ones were said to be led by the cackling robed. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. This one must see that all walking ones know. Farewell. The cackling robed one. Fan Daniel? No shit, rah! Who else? It was only a matter of time before that grinning maniac showed himself again. I shall have an airship ready to bear you to Cartno. Pray see to your preparations and report to the landing with all haste. At once, my lady. Let us away. Cackling robed one. The airship will be ready to depart ere long. I bid you make for the landing as soon as you are able, and may the 12 keep you. No, I don't want the 12 to keep me. They're probably just more primals. Or misremembered Convocation members. Or both. I guess we'll find out in the 24-man series in Endwalker. actually. Can I teleport directly to the airship landing in the city? I always forget that's a thing. I have apprised our comrades at the rising stones of the situation. They will head directly to Carton now. Alphino has been unexpectedly delayed, but you should probably go and see for yourself. He's by the entrance. There's the stairs. You can tell I don't come to Gridania very much. Can I go out this way? Definitely not that way. Oh, hello. Come on, this will only take a moment, alright? Nalathor, it would seem Fredola has come all the way to Gridania to find us. I've explained the situation, but she insists her business is urgent. Aye, and it'll be over sooner if you shut up and come with me. Yes. This is probably going to be bad news, I'm assuming. Or good news, okay. Goodish news.
Arenvold! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
Uh-oh.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Afraid so. The Chirurgeons say I may never walk again. Come on, Alphino, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite. All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
I am no hero.
That's what they all say, though. No one ever calls themselves a hero. Even the ones who eat primals for breakfast. It's for others to decide. Look, Alphino. You already are a hero. To me and countless others. We see you doing your damnedest to protect us all. And you're not alone, are you? There are people who believe in you, just as you believe in them.
Honestly, Arnvald isn't as messed up as I thought he was going to be. Let's see. We carry the dreams of many, we'll carry yours too. We'll be sure to give your regards to the Talaferoi. Or some things may have changed, but the adventure isn't over yet. I mean, this is more in character for me. We'll be sure to give your regards to the Talaferoi.
I know what's at stake, and how many people are depending on you. But I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through. That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Owley once entrusted their dreams to me.
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be.
Mm-hmm.
To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. For a brighter future. I'm proud to call you my friend. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, all right?
Hug him!
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Nothing left for me to do but wave and smile.
Oh.
You've got a pretty narrow view of what it means to be a hero. Do you know that?
Oh, so that's where this line is.
You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains? Alphino and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself and put your bloody mind to it.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
Nope. I guess you're gonna have to do that Island Sanctuary content in 6.0, huh, Arnvald?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. But I reckon you've got some fight left in you.
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
Yeah, you will. And besides, you didn't say you absolutely won't walk again. Alright, Alfie, what say— ooh, solo duty. I rather doubt that Fordola obtained the Kyrogen's permission before bringing Arnvald halfway across the realm, and solely to deliver a message at that. They should have both known better. But what's done is done, and I will not soon forget his words. Raha. Let's see. After Packlethon, I had assumed the Telafroi would continue to target settlements, but it is plain they considered Zelftal a mere obstacle on the road to Cartno. What, then, draws them to the flats? We must keep a close eye on their movements. I mean, there's a lot of potential reasons for them to go to the Cartno flats, really. You can tell me later what all that was about, but judging by the set of Alphino's jaw, it appears to have done him some good. Yes, it did. Thancred and the others have already left the Rising Stones, and according to the communications officer, Amalja and Kobold forces are also bound for Cartno as we speak. They mean to keep the promise they made in Alamigo, and we must do the same, by saving as many of their tempered kin as possible. Anyway, the airship is ready to depart. We should get going. Upon joining the battle at Cartno, several scenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to participate in the battle and view these scenes in their entirety. My favorite warning in the game. Oh, that's interesting. Your progress through the battle will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you will be able to try again from the most recent of these. Please note that if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, this progress will be lost. Interesting. Alright. How are you gonna hurt my feels in here?
My fellow Scions, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Charlian, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telophoroi's grand design. And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers, compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Sure we can.
Of course. We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't. A less than daunting prospect, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alphino?
Oh, I doubt I ever will. But as my friends have kindly reminded me, I have come this far, and that must count for something.
God be good, Alphino. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim at times. There is such a thing as overthinking, you know.
Preach, Justinian.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
I'll do what I can to cure the Tempered, but they'll have to be incapacitated first.
Have care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of deterring you.
Listen well, friends, the Telophoroi are sweeping across Cartno. As for Dacian, who is briefly sighted above the battlefield but has since vanished, he likely intends to watch events unfold from afar. Thus far, the movements of the lunar primals have proven difficult to predict. Even when poised to ambush our troops, they instead withdraw for some unknown reason. Whatever the Telophoroi's plan may be, the primals are our primary targets. Understood, they will not elude the Scions for long.
Prepare yourself!
Okay, yeah, this is the PvP
Let's
map.
give it our all!
Hold fast, friend.
Alright, I'm not on Astra. Maybe I should have gone on Astra, I can't remember my buttons. side, huh, Graha? Let us divide our forces that we may locate the primals more swiftly. Tancred, Ishtola, and I will head east. Let's see. Which one is on me? There we go. Something's not right. No kidding. As the Scions spread out across the field, Alize and Graha take the fight to the Telophoroi. Alright, that is really cool. I really like that. Yay, I was right that we'd be playing multiple groups. Which melee skill did you give me? Ah, the AoE one. Okay.
Allow me.
I won't be curing anyone at this rate. We'll have to incapacitate them first. Their tempering has gone too far to treat them here on the battlefield.
Just the beginning.
With this degree of physical alteration, I feel they are beyond help. Imperials or no, I hate to see them in such pain. We must see that their suffering is not prolonged. Now I want to get a better look at them. Ugh. That's how they did it. Okay. Sorry, Raha. Ooh. Don't kill me, you dork. Kill yourself. Seems we've earned a moment's respite. Respite? Respite? I've heard it both ways. Then let us take this opportunity to cure the tempered. I mean... Does Alize even have enough Aether for this many people? Uh-oh, bad music. Fan Daniel, you're so extra. Do you see that? The glyph? Yes. How worried should we... Show me the glyph! How very interesting. Listen well and judge for yourself. Though I can see the ethereal currents, I had not thoroughly examined those that flow through the heart of Cartno. But now that I am here, things have become clear. The flats conceal an etheric confluence, like to the pillars of the Azim step, but greater in scale, far greater. Ooh. The glyphs that Fandaniel has conjured reach into its very midst, and I believe I know their purpose. Should the lunar primals destroy them, it would spark a chain reaction with the potential to obliterate the confluence entirely. That sounds really bad. The resultant disruption to the flow of ether would sow chaos among the elements, prompting earthquakes, floods, and tempests large enough to lay waste to the realm. Lovely. That he would go so far cometh as little surprise. We must needs protect the confluence at all costs. So if there's a huge confluence here, then what the heck is under Silver Tier? Because Silver Tier has a crap load of ether too. Unless it's just also an access point. Lunar Odin. Yes. Is that Odin? So the time has come to pit my blade against his. Follow my lead. Oh, I'm playing Urianger. Okay, so that's that. That's that. Interesting. Did that auto cast on him? Oh, I see.
I shall protect thee.
That was a little spicy. I heal the confluence. Oh, cool, I can. Spirals.
My turn!
May the 12 guide you.
My turn. Oh, lordy. Honestly, though, like, Lunar Odin is really pretty.
Away with you!
The best defense is a good defense!
close. Meanwhile, Grahatia and Alize prepare to lock swords with Lunar Ravana. Oh yay, this song. This solo duty is so cool. I don't know why I started with Fire Core when I know that's not how to black paint. Maybe it'll be fine because, you know, stuff and things. What's this? Oh, it's break. I hope I wasn't supposed to be in that inner ring. Ooh. Can you not, sir? Also, Raha is super OP. Nope. At the self-same moment, you stand shoulder to shoulder with Alphino and Estinian, resolved to lay Lunar Ifrit low. I feel like this is actually going all according to Fandaniel's plan, but we'll see. Lunar Ifrit, the one Arden Valden Fordola encountered. This one is not to be taken lightly. Be on your guard. Whatever those are, they bode ill for us. Smash them to pieces before it's too late. I do not like the look of that. Leave this one to me. Oh. Whoops. Oh. That's a lot. Oh. Good. Good. Yeah, you do your thing, Istinadog. That is so not fair. I wish I could do that on Dragoon. That was badass. Not what I was expecting. Yeah, it looks like that took quite a bit out of you.
I will not be outdone.
I mean, I guess I can come stand in your bubble. Come on in, Estinian. Can't you LV3? Too easy.
And thus another plan went up in smoke. I am beginning to see why Lord Xenos thinks so highly of you. Not that this changes anything, you understand. You have merely earned yourself a stay of execution.
Glory be to Garlemore.
How fare the Tempered?
We've treated as many as we can, but some were beyond help.
Do not hang your head so, brave scions. Though not all of our captured brethren could be saved, we are grateful for those whose minds have been restored. You could do no more, and that is enough. So please hold your heads high.
Should have been quicker, but I'll do better next time. Thank you for your kind words. They mean a lot.
A victory at great cost, but a victory nonetheless. We must stay strong and press on. Isn't that right?
One battle at a time, we'll get there to the very end. Or, well, you've come this far. To the very end.
To the very end.
Hello, Moon. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, really? Huh. Let's see what the end of... That's a lot of people to talk to. Okay. Tataru first. You should have seen my face when Lord Aymeric turned up on our doorstep. Did none of you think to send word he was bringing you home? I mean, I didn't know. The close of battle, when the clouds parted and the moon shone down on us all, I cannot well express how I felt. Somehow it seemed more a beginning than an ending. The timber that we were able to treat will be taken to the city-states for observation. As soon as the Alliance is satisfied that they're fully recovered, they will be free to return home. Many though the enemy were, their numbers consisted largely of tempered beastmen, with a few lunar primals to keep things interesting. The Garleans themselves ventured little, and lost less. It has ever been the Empire's way to have others fight their battles, but even they would blush at the Telophoroi's use of tempered slaves. Yeah? The Cartno Flats seem fated to play a prominent role in the history of the realm, do they not? I wonder, might the abundance of ether that floweth through the region have led the Allegans to entomb Omega there? Maybe? Throughout the battle, I could not shake the feeling that all present were performing for the amusement of Fandaniel. Yup. Nor did his blithe reaction to this latest defeat give me cause to think otherwise. I can only conclude that such failures are of little consequence to his broader scheme, whatever it may be. Pretty much, yeah. I will recommend that the Alliance keep a closer watch over Cartno. The Telophoroi may have failed in their attempt to destroy the Confluence this time, but there is naught to stop them from trying again. I added a word there, but oh well. It was decent of Lord Aymeric to bear us home aboard his airship. The gods only know how he would have squeezed this many people onto the Bonanza. I trust you all enjoyed a comfortable flight aboard the Pride of the Ishgardian fleet. Lest you worry, the Bonanza has been towed to a nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You have thought of everything, Lord Aymeric, and may I say how much I appreciated the hospitality you afforded us on the way home. Think nothing of it. Our destination lay in the same direction, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friend has been since last he took his leave. It would seem you have finally found a place to settle down. I merely grew weary of wandering the Far East. Returning to more serious matters, while the Telophoroi have been driven from Cartno, 'tis like that the bulk of their forces yet remain. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eorzea's first joint military operation, however, I am confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head-on, even without the aid of you and yours. As such, while our forces keep the Telophoroi at bay, I would ask that you apply your talents to the task of neutralizing the towers. A sensible division of labor. While the towers remain, so too will the threat of the lunar primals. And given our expertise in the field of etherology, we are better qualified to find the solution. That we are, especially should it happen to lie beyond the Alliance's dominion. There is a time and a place for formal investigations, of course, but certain secrets are wont to hide where only enterprising individuals may venture. I could not agree more. There are none better suited to this task, nor any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to receiving any information you are able to uncover. And with that, I must take my leave. Should you have need of assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Fare you well, my friends. I confess I had hoped to be able to study the towers more closely, vital as they plainly are to the Telophoroi's plans. If we can discern their ultimate function, we will be one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. Should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that the Telophoroi will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who awaits at the heart of the chaos will come for us. For you. Yet in the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity to end all calamities, the final days themselves. Yes, alright, Alphino. We need a plan, not portents. As Thancred so eloquently pointed out, we are in a position to seek information from all manner of places, not least Sharlayan. According to Kryle, the Forum have been more secretive than Everett of late. While this may be related to the appearance of the Telofroi, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear. The Forum is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. Master Fortunal's performance at the Lotus Stand was enough to convince me of that. The matter beareth further investigation. I do heartily concur. Nor can I think of a more promising place to look for the answers we seek on the matter of the towers. Sharlayan hath ever been the wellspring of etherological knowledge. I care not where we go. Here or there, my lance will be ready. And what of you, Nalthor? Might you be persuaded to join us? Plot a course for Sharlayan. If it means I can have words with Fortunal. An island of bookworms and bureaucrats, have we no other choice? Plot a course for Sharlayan. I want to read all the books. Hear, hear, it is time we laid bare the Telofroi's dark designs. It appears we are in agreement. We have but to wait for Kryle to secure the necessary permissions. In the meantime, there is a matter I would investigate. Does it involve tall structures? Yes, but not yours, Thancred. By strange coincidence, it does. At present, I have only 8 creeping suspicion, but with your help, I will soon find out whether my fears are warranted. I want to hear what your fears are. Give me more cutscenes. Do it. God, I'm so happy about Shush. Meanwhile, in the Garlean capital. Oh. I'll keep this on. Ooh, yeah, I like that armor.
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch. Though I suppose you knew that already. My plan to redirect the ether from Cartano came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure. Which does, of course, raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
So be it. The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether, and our prize shall be within reach.
What?
The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire, my desire! To relieve those wretched creatures of their meaningless existence!
While I await you, I shall drink a sea of souls and gorge myself upon the darkened moon.
Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor. And the stars shall bear witness to our final contest.
That was an interesting noise.
As I thought, the ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
It was the same in Thanalan. Make that every location we surveyed.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically, far more than could be attributed to a natural occurrence.
So was I right that the towers are giving the suck to the land?
What tidings bringest thou from Dravania?
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became. In short,
The towers are drawing upon the land's ether, which would explain how they were able to carry out the summonings.
Thought so.
Our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
Hear me. Hear me. Hear me. Hear me. Darkness comes, and with it, the end. The fate of the star is in your hands.
Everything all right back there?
At solemn dawn, grim purpose shines in gazes cast toward moonlit sky. Thus does our final curtain rise, your steps to guide what end betides. God, that's it. Waiting 6 months is gonna suck. Let's see what everyone has to say. Whatever it is my father and the Forum are hiding, I'm determined to get to the bottom of it. Those who are brought within close proximity of the towers are tempered into serving Garlemald, then forced to summon lunar primals with ether drawn from the land. But even having understood this, we are yet to uncover what the Telafroi wish to achieve by all this. Are the towers purely for strategic advantage, or do they serve some other purpose? Not only do the members of the Forum intend to adhere to their long-standing policy of non-intervention, they made a point of sending Master Fortunal here to explicitly state that fact. Rather than simply refusing to involve themselves in our affairs, it would appear they are actively trying to prevent us from meddling in theirs. That does, of course, make Kryle's mission of securing our entry into Charlian nigh on impossible, but I am confident that she will find a way regardless. After the end of the Dragon Song War, I spent many a moon roaming, Kugane, Radzat-Han, even Garlemald, but never Charlayan. In all honesty, a nation populated entirely by bookish types like Alphino is not a place that appeals to me. I have received word that Arnvald is back at the Fronistery. As much as I would like to visit him, I shall wait until there is good news to share. The last time we met, it was strange that he should be the one trying to cheer me up in spite of everything that has befallen him. Still, I was glad for the chance to meet with him, and his words continue to be a source of encouragement. I have a feeling the journey to Charlian is going to be quite the test of your nerves in more ways than one. You'll miss this place while you're away, I just know it, but for now, the best thing you can do is get plenty of rest while we wait to hear from Kryle. You know, Tiotaru, I'm a little miffed that you didn't have a new outfit for me. Much and more have we discovered of the Telofroy's machinations since Thancred and I did return from Garlemald. Verily, their troops doth appear to have been tempered in much the same manner as those engaged in the construction of the towering edifice in the capital. When Arnvald tried to feel the Amalja held in the tower, it triggered some sort of alarm and the captives were killed instantly. As such, we have no choice but to leave them in the clutches of the Telofroy until a means of rescuing them has been found. In the meantime, the summonings of lunar primals will continue. Just as we must rely on the Grand Company of Eorzea to put down such entities and prevent any further abductions, so too do they rely on us to come through with our investigation. Let's see. Does anyone else have anything interesting to say? I have conveyed Lord Americ's wishes to Coltonay and the others. For the present, their role will be to facilitate communication between our allies and gather information on our enemy. Then there's probably not anyone in the solar, but I'll check anyway. And then I'll check Dawn's Respite. Do I check for the shoe bill in the Crystarium again also? Probably. Yeah, I'll check for shoe bill, Chan. Let's see. I can press buttons. Sometimes I can even do it correctly. Well, maybe the Shubal will actually be staying here forever after all. Maybe. Just maybe.